Hey everybody, let's do a quick check-in before we dive in. Raise your hand if you've ever had a manager who drained the life out of you. Yeah, same. And maybe you've also had that rare unicorn manager who actually made you want to show up. The difference? It's everything. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. Welcome to the Balance Recruiter, a slightly unhinged, definitely honest, and occasionally helpful space where we talk about burnout, career chaos, and why your to do list still has 19 things on it, even though you've been working on it all day. In theory. Hi, I'm Chastity, recruiter, trainer, puppy mom, and professional plate spinner. And I've seen firsthand how much managers make or break engagement. Spoiler alert, when they burn out, everyone burns out. And today, I'm resisting the urge to escape to Italy because if we're going to talk about disengagement and stress at the top, I'd rather picture myself with a glass of vino in one hand and a slice of pizza in the other than stuck in another meeting. I came across an article on LinkedIn recently from Hacking HR called Is the Employee Engagement Crisis Driven by Managers? Came out last month in September. And wow, it hit me hard. Gallup reported that engagement has dropped to its lowest level in a decade. So interesting because the timing of this article when I read it came after I attended a culture leadership type seminar. It was an HR seminar. And I attended this breakout room and they talked about engagement and they talked about how Gallup, which is a survey or a report that comes out, and the numbers are interesting. You can totally research this yourself. But the timing of everything was wonderful. So I thought I would talk about it. So the kicker. The drop didn't come from frontline employees, it came from the managers. Let that sink in. The very people expected to model, coach, and lead are the ones disengaging the most. And honestly, it makes sense. They're caught between leadership above and their teams below. They're overloaded, undersupported, and constantly squeezed. So, why are managers burning out? And here's what the data showed, which lines up to what I see every day. Manager enablement is collapsing. They're promoted without training, expected to magically lead, and left to figure it out. They could also be overloaded. After 2 years, many will plateau because the emotional strain is constant. No surprise, but stress trickles down. When managers are stressed and disconnected, it erodes team trust and relationships. Culture lives or dies with them. When managers disengage, employees don't believe in the company's values anymore because they don't see them modeled. This isn't about bad managers. This is about broken systems that burn our managers out until they can't show up anymore. Look, I said this podcast is a little bit unhinged. I'm just talking truth. And sometimes that truth may not be what a lot of people want to hear. I'm not trying to stir waves, I'm just trying to put it out there in light. Why that article really resonated with me. This isn't just theory for me. I've seen incredible managers sidelined, unsupported, or even stripped of authority. I've seen peers pour themselves into their teams and then get cut down when the system failed them. I felt it personally, both working under managers who lifted me up and ones who nearly broke me down. And if I'm being honest, Jam. I've also been that tired manager, the one trying to hold it together while secretly running on empty. Some days wasn't so secret, but you know what I mean. So, what do we do? How do we actually move forward? We have to stop treating leadership like a title. Leadership is a skill. It needs to be built early, and it's not something you magically get when you're promoted. You must train your emotional agility. Managers need tools to handle pressure, feedback, conflict, and not just compliance checklists. Redefine effectiveness. Stop measuring managers only by their output. Look at the trust, look at the clarity, and the team connection. You have to protect their energy, micro breaks, boundaries, recovery. Managers need permission to be human because when managers burn out, everyone loses. And when they're supported, engagement grows, culture grows, and teams, they thrive. So here's this week's sticky note reflection. A burnt out manager can't build a fired up team. If you lead, protect your energy. If you're led, remember your manager is human too. Thanks for hanging out with me today on The Balance Recruiter. If today means giving your manager or yourself some grace, start there. New episodes drop every week. So follow, share, and if you can, please drop a rating. I would be so extremely grateful. It helps more of the burnout crew or people like us find this space. And remember, burnout is real, balance is the goal, and I'm somewhere in between, crying in the shower, because self-care, no matter where it's at, counts. See you in the next episode.